Having poor credit can seem like one of the worst things in the world. Without a good financial history, car loans, house loans, and other loans are impossible to obtain. The problem is that a lot of people with poor credit often need to have a credit card or two in order to make ends meet. In addition, a card that is paid in full every month will begin to re-establish good credit. But, do credit cards for poor credit actually exist? These cards not only exist, but they are also easy to obtain. Of course, as with anything else, there are some things to think about before you sign up for any card. The first thing that you should know is that credit cards for poor credit also come with high interest rates. Why? Banks want to know that you will pay off your credit card. In order to determine this, they look at your financial history. If you have bad credit, then they will consider you a high-risk borrower, which will result in high interest rates. Alternately, you may be able to find a card with a low interest rate that requires a yearly payment. Either way, these are pretty much your only two options if you have a bad financial history. Next, you have to ask yourself whether or not you will be able to pay off your new card balance. Even though you can find credit cards for poor credit candidates, this doesn't mean that you can spend more than you actually have. If your FICO isn't so great right now, try and figure out where you went wrong. Then, try and fix this problem by avoiding making the same mistake twice. Always pay off your card in full at the end of each month. This is the best way to build up your credit once more. Can you get a card if you have poor credit? Credit cards for poor credit candidates do exist. You can find these cards online, at your local bank, or through private lenders. Still, you must work very hard to establish good credit by using this new card properly. Once you begin to pay off your debts in a timely manner, you will start to get a better FICO score. While cards can be helpful, they can also be dangerous if you are not careful. Even if you have poor credit, you can still get a card. Just make sure that you pay it off this time around.